Hello, Millie Fox here. I wanted to talk to you today about the supplements that I've been taking so far during pregnancy. I made an Instagram video or a story, and unfortunately I couldn't save it, so I'm going to make a real YouTube video for you guys. So first things first was the prenatal vitamin that I took. So this is called NFH. It's a professional line of supplements, which I do recommend, but I don't have any affinities to any certain professional lines. I just want to make sure that you're looking for a high quality prenatal that has the proper form of folate in it. So we don't want folic acid. We want folate, and methylfolate, which is what's inside here, is actually the easiest for your body to actually absorb and use. So that's what I'm going with. Early in pregnancy, I suffered from morning sickness. I didn't actually have any vomiting, thank goodness, but I was very nauseous and quite averse to several foods. So what ended up helping me was taking vitamin B6. This is the same brand, but again, all you're really looking for is going for a high quality supplement line, not just any, because of bioavailability, and what that means is how well your body can actually use the form of vitamin that's inside. So if you were to get prescribed the anti-nausea medication from the doctor for morning sickness, it actually contains vitamin B6 as one of the active ingredients. So try this before you go for the medication. I always feel more comfortable with supplements than I do with actual drugs like that. The other active ingredient is an antihistamine, which is interesting. Anyways, things that I always take before pregnancy and during, because they are just great, and I think most of us need these things. Fish oil is one. I really like the Nutri-C fish oil. I can actually feel a difference when I take it as opposed to other fish oils that I've tried. What you're looking for is not the total fish oil. You're looking for the EPA and DHA amount. DHA is really important for pregnancy because it helps build your baby's brain, which is super important, and it's omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory, which is very helpful for pregnancy, aches and pains and all those things in your joints and so on and so forth. So this fish oil, it says 4.55 grams of fish oil. So that's all in dandy, right? But total EPA and DHA is 1,250 milligrams. So you want to know how much EPA and DHA you're getting out of your dose. I really like this one in particular. The lemon flavor is great. Liquid is important because it's more absorbable. Half of us have really bad digestion and we don't digest those capsules, and then when we are burping them up, that means that our digestion is poor. And so what you want to do if you're getting fish burps is take apple cider vinegar along with your fish oil to help start breaking that down and get your stomach juices flowing. So it's not that you have a gross, crappy fish oil, it's that you're not digesting it properly. So there is that. I could talk about this a lot. Next up, I am taking probiotics. This is actually a brand I was recommended by an awesome midwife and nutritionist. This is Pro Moms by Probiotics, and it is specific for expecting and nursing moms, and I really like that. I think probiotics are super key for pregnancy because you want to be getting that good gut bacteria going on so you can be transferring all sorts of good immunity to your baby, but then also your vaginal flora. That is going to be your baby's first inoculation into the world of immunity on the way out. And then if you have a C-section, you can choose to maybe do a vaginal swab on the baby's face to get that going too, but this was very important to me because I know how compromised immune function is in this day and age, and a lot of that starts with the flora you get passed on from your mom. And again, I could talk about this for a very long time. I also take vitamin D, which is very important for anybody living in the northern hemisphere. I didn't really take it throughout the summer, but as soon as the hours of the day started to shorten, I started taking it again. you should probably be getting at least 2,000 international units a day, if not upwards of 3 or more. So I go with the Genestra D-emulsion. There are lots of other great brands. What you want is a vitamin D that's in the form of cholecalciferol. Cholecalciferol. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, that's the one that you want. That's most absorbable. So when I say that's the one you want, that's what I mean. It's most available to your body. Other things I am taking. I usually actually always take magnesium. I just find that I feel better when I take magnesium because it's the most widely used mineral in the body, and it is widely deficient in our population, and this is mostly because of soil depletion. We overfarm our soils, we've used monoculture farming, and that sucks so many of the minerals out of our soil, which means that our food has less mineral content, and we really need magnesium. It helps again, like anti-inflammatory type processes. So for pregnancy, it's particularly great for leg cramps that you might get later in pregnancy at night. And I usually take one of these guys. Magnesium glycinate or bisglycinate is the form that you want to be taking. It's not hard on your stomach, like magnesium citrate might be, and it's a very bioavailable form. I take now 200 milligrams a day. I was only taking 100 milligrams a day before I got pregnant, but I've recently upped it in the last trimester. It's also very important to make sure that you have calcium in your diet, like a lot of calcium to go along with the magnesium, because those two things need to be in balance for a lot of different functions in your body. But with your prenatal, you should be getting calcium and then focusing on those calcium-rich foods, because we do usually get a good amount of calcium in our diet, but magnesium is a little harder. So that is another one of my favorite supplements. Something else that I have continued to take, I took in preparation for pregnancy. I didn't take this forever previously, but when I was readying my body specifically, sorry, I get a little out of breath when I talk a lot because I have a big baby in here. So I take a liver supplement. So what this means, and I don't mean like to support my liver, I mean that this is actually made of cow liver. Liver is a very, very healthful food. I find it a little hard to get it in my diet as often as possible, but there are some vitamins inside of liver that are hard to find in other places, like choline, that are very, very important for baby's development. So this one is called Cytozyme LV from Probiotics Research. They're a great company as well, another really high-end line of supplements. Sorry, I didn't tell you about my magnesium. It's Douglas Laboratories, another professional line. If you actually need access to any of these professional lines, I can get you access to them at a good 10% off of market value, and I have an online dispensary that I can put a link to down underneath the video. Not to plug that or anything, but sometimes people don't know where to buy these things, so I can offer that to you. So yeah, the liver thing, people used to eat liver weekly, if not several times a week, and I feel like since we've come away from eating all different parts of the animal, that we've really sacrificed a lot of very important nutrients in our diet, like choline, like I mentioned, and then other B vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins that are not as easy to get from other sources, or even the fact that, you know, our animal products are not being raised properly or fed the proper diets contributes to the fact that these nutrients are depleted in the foods that we're eating. So I think that this one was a really important supplement for me personally. And when I was going through some digestive issues, when I had kidney stones, which I'll make a video about, all the lovely troubles of pregnancy, I decided to really focus on my digestion. And there was a time when I thought I might have had gallstones, so again, started from the top. Digestion is a north to south process, and it all starts there. I started taking some digestive enzymes, which I usually have in the cupboard, but I didn't have this kind, because this specific kind contains ox bile. So when I thought I was having some issues with my liver and my gallbladder, I thought that I had some sluggish bile happening. I wanted to make sure that I was going to be digesting my fats, to make sure I was getting those fat-soluble vitamins so that my baby's brain could be healthy and that I could be getting all those super important nutrients. So if you don't have a good flow of bile, you will not be digesting and getting those fat-soluble vitamins. What I think is most important in a digestive enzyme or digestive supplement is hydrochloric acid, which might also be called betaine hydrochloride. And then there's a variety of other things that can be inside of a digestive enzyme, but that is the number one thing I look for, because that is what your stomach acid is made of, and that's the first thing that you need to start the digestive process. So other things that could be in here, we've got pancreatin, which is very important, and pepsin as well. There's lots of other enzymes that they'll list inside digestive enzymes, but half the time you'll look and they won't even have hydrochloric acid, and I put it back right away. So Thorne Research is another professional line. This one just happened to be the one in my local store that had the ox bile, so that's why I went for it. Not too many of them have the ox bile, so. And last but not least, in the third trimester is often when women might experience an iron deficiency. So there was a period there where I thought that that's what was going on with me. So I was taking some iron. This is actually a Canadian brand called Pure Lab Vitamins. And their form of iron is very easy on the stomach, as well as very absorbable. So that's one thing that some people can have a really hard time with iron being hard on their stomachs, and I found this brand to be very easy to deal with, and I really like them. You might not have access to this if you're in the States. I'm not sure if they sell too widely in the US, but yeah. This can help you with fatigue. A lot of women are anemic. Iron can help you with building up your blood, and with the fact that your blood volume nearly doubles when you're pregnant, it's pretty expected to see how your iron levels could be low. So those are all the supplements. I don't think I missed any. I've got a really deep cupboard full of supplements from working in a health food store and being a nutritionist and all these things, but I had myself a little organizer, put all my supplements for each day inside, which helped me stay on track, and I just kept that in my purse. So if you have any questions about any of these supplements, or you have any questions about what you're taking or what you should be taking at whatever stage you're at, come find me on Facebook. I have a private Facebook community where you are free to get in touch with me at any time and ask me any questions. It's called Radiant and Ready with Millie Fox, and the link will be under the video. I really look forward to getting to know you better and to sharing my journey with you. Okay? Bye!